for Austin. Sorry, Jeremiah.
Hey, Austin, Jeremiah Charles on this side. What has it been like working with Gio Lopez so far? What do you like about his game? And can you speak on the relationship you two have?
Yeah, we've developed a great relationship this past few months. Doing summer workouts together, hanging out in the locker room. It's been a fun time to get to know him. He's a great guy. He's a great player, and I've enjoyed, spending time with him.
Hey, Austin, Grant Sasser of Carlos on the side. How would you describe Coach Friend's coach's style?
I think Coach Friend is an extremely smart coach. He just doesn't tell us where to block. He tells us how to do it and the best way to do it. And he goes into depth about the X's and O's and just tells us everything we need to know about the play, not just, block this guy, do this, but this is why we're running this play. So we get down to the schematics of what we have to do.
And what's something that Coach Friend has emphasized that's taking your game to the next level? And also, how is that message carried across the entire offseason?
I think this year our message is just toughness that he's been giving us in the O-line room. Just showing up day in and day out, working, because as the O-line goes, as the team goes, so I think that's been the big point of emphasis so far this fall camp.
Hey there, Ashley with WRL. The demand for tickets this season is super high. Already all the tickets are sold out for all the home games. Have you had any conversations with friends or family having a tough time getting access to tickets?
I would say, it's awesome that we're sold out this year. I think that's incredible. Appreciate the Carolina fans doing that. But no, I've not had any trouble with that.
Andrew Jones, talking about 24/7. When you arrived last year, there was not a ton of returning experience in your room. Now there's a bunch of guys that came in and started elsewhere. What do you look at the competition in that group? Is it just kind of 9 guys and more just kind of going full bore, and there's so much versatility that you guys have a lot of things you're jockeying for? Or take us in the climate of that room.
Yeah, I think competition brings out the best in all of us. I think the competition is going to make guys play harder, play smarter, play faster, because they know that their job is not guaranteed. So I think, it's a good thing we have competition, because it's going to bring the best out of that room and bring the best out of the team.
How much is your personal versatility kind of helping you with this? The fact that there's a lot of guys that maybe there might be a couple guys a little stronger in one area, so they need you to move.
I'm going to go wherever they tell me to play. It doesn't matter to me where I play. I just want to do what's best for the team.
Adam Smith in South Carolina, Austin. What would you say was your holy crap, Bill Belichick is going to be our coach moment? And how has it been since then? Like the realization that this is actually happening and now you're practicing with the guy.
I wouldn't say that there was that such of a moment. I think I was just very excited to play for one of the greatest coaches of all time. It was unbelievable that he was going to be my coach. And I was really excited. Yeah, I would say I was really excited.
And that, just to follow up real quick, you were in the portal for a few days like that. Was that what pulled you out of the portal?
Yeah, it's to get to play for one of the greatest coaches of all time, and I did not want to let the opportunity slip away. So I think I would have been very wrong to not come back and play for Coach Belichick.
Yeah, Austin. Obviously, with this offensive line group, there's a few returning guys that were starting last year, and then a slew of other guys. Obviously, you mentioned the new, coach with your friend as well. What's been the process of kind of getting some cohesion within that unit, and building chemistry, if you will, as an offensive line?
Yeah, I would say the summer workouts really bonded us close together. Coach Moses does a great job pushing us physically and mentally. So I think going through those hard times with the new guys and the returning guys really created us a good bond between us in that room.
What was it like adjusting to those, some of those enhanced workouts that Moses had you doing?
Yeah, it was awesome. Everything that we do here is, to be like a pro, and Moses definitely took us to that next level of being like a pro when it came to conditioning and strength lifting. So I'd say it was definitely a great experience being with Moses this summer and past winter.
Austin, Michael Cohn, WCHL, ChapelRow.com. The amount of new players coming in here is well known, 70 players. But on the O-line, sort of to build off Jeremiah's question, you do return 3 starters with you, Aiden, and Trey. How important is that chemistry that's already there from you guys when you're sort of integrating all the new transfers and freshmen that are coming in as well?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing on that, I would just go back to how we're competing every day. No one's job is solidified. We still have a long time before we're to to our first game, so we're worried about getting better every day and stacking days on top of each other.
Back row.
Kate, maybe see like Austin, this is your last year of college football, right? How does that make you feel going into your final fall camp? And is camp 6 easier than camp 1 mentally, physically? I mean, are you just kind of surviving?
I would definitely say camp 6 is definitely easier than camp 1, just maturing from being a freshman to a 6-year senior. I mean, that's the big difference between being an 18-year-old and being a 23-year-old. So I definitely say there's a big change there, just the maturity and, going about my business and, just doing all the little things right.
Are you excited to have one last year? How do you feel going into it?
I'm very excited. I think this being my 6th year, it's not just about this being my special year. I think it's going to be a really special year for the whole team. But, like I said, right now we're just focused on having a great fall camp and having great practices.
Last one for Brian.
I wonder if you got to see Max, obviously, be on the field there in Minnesota, with that gruesome injury, and now to be back on the field. What's that process been like? And you've probably got to see him through various stages of this.
Yeah, I think Max did a great job. It's actually quite inspiring watching him work and come in and work every single day and bust his butt. So I think that's been inspiring to us all as a team to watch him come in and day out and do what he's supposed to do and really carry himself and work hard.
When you see how much he's worked to get on the field, is that sort of push you a little bit extra and say, like, I know what that guy will.
Yeah, I would say so. Just watching him day in, day out, go in the training room, work, I'd say it's inspiring to all of us on this team.
Perfect, good stuff. That's all we got time for, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate you.